Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Christmas from Stamperia. And we are working on this mini album and it is a design project for Scrap and Create. There is a link down below for you to get your supplies there, as well as a link to the cutting guide for this project. And last time we finished the pages, but before we can go on to the cover, we need to make the inside back cover piece. So let me tell you what I've got. Again, this will be in your cutting guide, but I have a square 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and I'm going to mat it with a piece of white that's 6 1/8 by 6 1/8. And then I have a piece that is 6 3/4 scored down one side at 1/2 inch. So it's 6 3/4 this way by 6 1/4 this way, matted on the inside with 6 1/8 by 6 1/8 white. And then on the front with this piece from the 12 by 12, this is the piece that has this girl on it. It's the other side. Okay. Now before I can put this mat down, we need to attach this, and we're going to attach it to the left side of this square. Okay. So I am just lining up the corners and then line up the edge. And there we go. And then we can go ahead and put this mat down as well. Turn it that way. And we could have just made this card, and you can if you want, from white and then not mat the inside. But I decided to do it this way. Okay. There. Okay, so now we have our card. We are going to need 2 pieces. And I'll show you, this one's already made. Okay, so this is 12 inches by 1 inch, scored in half, lengthwise and vertically. And then fold and burnish, and then fold it this way and burnish. And then you want to take your scissors and cut a wedge out of one side up to that fold. Okay, then you need 2 of these. So when we put these in, and if you haven't seen the walkthrough, go ahead and watch that. We're making a pop-up. So once this goes into the book, by having that wedge, we can bend it because we need to make a V. Okay, and we need to make 2 V's because we're going to have one in front of the other. Okay, so that's what we're making here. Okay, then the next thing you need to do, go here. Find, not sure where it is. Okay, now I have 2 12 by 12s that I'm working with, as well as 2 8 by 8s, and these are from the 12 by 12s. And this one's, good thing I have 2, because this one ripped a little bit, and I could fix it, and I may and use it. Sometimes the glue is just really strong on the edge, and that's what happened. I just couldn't get it out and it tore. But what you want to do is trim it along here, leave a little of the white snow. That's a straight line there. So trim that, okay? Then you're just going to fussy cut along this edge, okay? And then fussy cut along this edge. I pretty much cut mine right down the middle of the snow, okay? And that is going to leave us with this piece here and this piece here, and then there's also this piece, which is that top bit, and I want to use it, but it's got this, so I feel like if I'm going to use it, it has to go behind. So I haven't figured that out yet. So we may or may not use that piece. You'll know by now because you will have seen the why. And you want to score both of these at 6 inches, the halfway mark. I don't know if you can see mine. It's right there. I can bend it. Actually, now that you've seen them. Okay, so there's that one, and then this one, and these are both scored at 6 inches. Okay, now we're going to put this one. I feel like, oops, hang on. I feel like this is so tall. I think it's gonna. Is it gonna show? I'm trying to figure out if I can make this work. I wonder if it's too big. I may have to only use the 2 smaller ones. You'll know because you will have seen it by now. I just don't see any way that that is going to fit in here, even though it's only 6 inches tall, because it's near the front. Yeah, see, that's going to come out. Okay, so let's set this one aside. Not that, this. And maybe just work with this smaller one. 2 smaller ones. All right, so if we do that, it's going to be close. We may have to trim a little bit off the ends to make it fit, which I'm okay with. Okay. So if you can see what I'm doing here is I'm trying to figure out if there's any way to make this. It has to be at an angle. Okay, so a way to make it fit where it won't hang out from the card. And as far as I can see, this is going to be the way to do it, is to trim some off. About 1 inch. Okay. So we're learning together, and that kind of works because there's about 1 inch at this end, and I don't mind losing a little bit at this end. So let me do that. Okay. So then that'll work. Okay, so we may only have one level of pop-up because I have these, which I will fold in half as well. I'm just sort of semi-playing with these. So if this comes forward from that point, it's going to overhang. So it has to go back to about there. My concern with it is it has this big area that is not flat. And I don't know what I could put there to hide the fact that it is not flat. Okay, of course you already know whatever solution I've come up with, but I'm looking to see if there's anything. If these are on, so I'm talking to myself, I know. You know what? Let's just go for it and we'll figure it out as we go along. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is this one, because it has to sit in the front. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with this one that I did with these and take 1 inch off. I took a little less than 1 inch. I just cut it right at the edge of that building just to give us some leeway. I'm putting it as far forward as I can. I think that's going to be as far forward as it'll go. Okay, So what we need to do is attach this. And you know what? I'm running into the same thing. I need to get a straight line across. Well, I don't really need to get a straight line across the bottom, but it'll be a lot easier for us if we do. So what I think I'm gonna do is put a piece of white there, like there's a big snowdrift. Perhaps the snowplow came through and was rude. Okay, hang on. Somebody more talented than me with pop-ups could probably figure this out in a heartbeat, but I haven't done that many of them. So we're just gonna put this right across here to make that a straight line. And since we're going to try to figure something out anyway with the just drew a blank. With this, I'm not too concerned, and like I said, at a glance it'll look like snow. Alright. I'm just going to cut this a little shorter. Us attach this, and it doesn't have to be as tall as I made it, but it won't do any harm to be there, I don't think, so I'm just going to leave it. And And I'm just going to trim a little bit because I didn't get it perfectly straight. Okay, that's better. Now, we are going to attach this piece on the bottom. And we want this. Okay, so we need to find the, I need to rescore and fold this because I added that piece. Oh. Sorry, probably should have figured all this out before I made you watch it rather than while I was figuring it out. Where did I do with my scoring tool? There it is. Okay. All right, this is scored. Trying to figure out where it's scored because I've cut it now, so it's not at 6 anymore. Okay. If I have a line, whoops, line that up. Okay. There we go. And this is going to go down with the little notch right there. And we need to trim it. Actually, we can put it on long and then figure it out from there if we need to. I think I'm just going to make a pencil mark and cut. And then a pencil mark on this side. Oops, I have the same situation. You know what? On this one, I'm just going to cut it short. It'll be fine. Because it's, you can see there, it just loops up a little bit. Okay, here we go. again, we are going to place that right there. Just like that. And I just want to put some glue here so it's not sticking up when viewed from the back. There. Do I need to do the same here? Probably. Okay. That. Okay, that. And we just need to make sure when it folds forward, it doesn't interfere with that. Okay, now we have the second one. This one, fortunately, is straight across the bottom. Let's get that out of the way. And we're going to do the same thing with this one, except that this one is straight. So I'm just going to line that up and make a pencil mark. I'm just cutting it about 1/8 shorter than the piece. Right there. And we're going to angle these corners as well. These ones. But first, we're going to get them down. And again, we're going to line up that seam. Right with the fold. Okay, go. All right, and I am just going to angle these corners in. You could do it before you put it down, but I had to make it harder. Okay. And this one is so much shorter, I don't think there's any need to angle it. All right, so we need to figure out exactly where we're going to put these. And again, it's going to come forward and depends on the angle as well. Kind of want a fairly steep angle, I think. All right, so yeah, see, that is going to come out. I need to make sure I have room behind it for this guy. And there's probably a formula or something to figure this out, but I do not know what it is, so. Okay, I think that is pretty good. I am just going to draw a pencil line right there, just to help me. As I think, I'll turn it around so I can see the pencil line that I just made. I think that that is going to work. Okay, so what I am going to do is put glue only here on this side. am going to spread this glue, pick it up, so that it's all the way to the edges. Like that, okay? And then I am going to put this down such that it is running along that line that I made, and that the point is right on the fold. Okay, notice I only did one side. Okay. And then I'm going to fold it down. I'm going to open this, and I'm going to fold it over, just like that. And we are going to put the glue here. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to spread the glue to make sure that it covers all of the surfaces. I'm going to leave it flat. I'm going to close our card. Good burnish. And open. And there we go. Okay. Let's go in there and give it a good burnish. Okay. So there we go. Okay. Then we're going to try and fit this one right behind it in such a way that it also does not poke out, and it shouldn't at this point. It doesn't. So I am going to just do the same thing. Make a line. Whoops, slid it more forward than I wanted. I don't think that drew at all. It didn't. Hang on. Okay, let me try that again. Okay, I think that is the angle that I'm going to want. It's angled a little more sharply than the one in front of it, but that's just fine. That's kind of what I was going for. Okay, now we're going to do the exact same thing again. We're just going to put glue here. Okay. Spread the glue with your finger. Going to, whoops, put that over there. We are going to center the little point, and we are going to lay that down along the line that I made. Okay, all right, it's looking good. And then we are going to, this is a little trickier because the other one is there. So you can't really see what I'm doing too well, but I'm doing the same thing. I've got it open and I'm gonna put glue right there, okay? And I think I'm going to just grab something to hold that upright, just to help me see this. and then close. And open. And there we go. We have our little town looking good. All right, so close and open. Right? And then leave that. I don't think I have, there's not, because we don't have die cuts with this collection. Where is the 6x6? What have we got for? See, even the 6x6, the tree is wildly out of scale. Plus, these colors are somewhat brighter than those. Like I was thinking, was there something we could put up front? You know, we have these little small buildings, which are essentially the same buildings. They're just smaller scale. Thinking we could maybe take one of these or one of these and put it to the front as a greeting of some sort. We also have those cards, but you know what? We are at a point now where those things can be added after it's assembled. And this could have been done after assembly too, but I wanted to know how thick it was to give me an idea before I made the cover of what we were going to need for the cover, like how wide my spine was going to be. And it's not bad. It's not adding a lot of bulk. We are going to have a bow to hold it closed, which I'm just going to make a seam binding. And I'm not going to attach it right now, although I could. I don't know if that's even long enough. Yeah, I think it will be. Yeah, we're just going to do something like that. And as usual, I can't tie a bow on camera. So that'll go like that. And I don't think that's going to add so much bulk that I need to adjust the thickness of our spine any, which is good. Okay, so how long did that take me? Probably like forever. Not too bad actually, but I think I'll stop there. I think that's like, we've only done one thing in this video, but I think that one thing was plenty. So what we're gonna do is, let me put this here, put that there, put that there. Okay, so that one's a little bigger, of course. So what we're going to do next time is put these in the cover. So I will make my cover off camera. I have a video on how to make covers. So if you do not know how, I'll try to remember to put a link here. But if not, just look in my playlists for construction basics. And you're going to look for how to make a cover. The measurements will all be in the cutting guide. And go ahead and make your cover. I am just going to wrap mine in craft, and we are going to wrap our spine in rice paper, but I don't think, sometimes I'll contrast my spine, but I think, let me grab some craft. Here's a piece. It's still in the plastic, but yeah, it's going to look fine on the craft, so I'm not going to bother with a contrast spine. The whole thing will be wrapped in craft. So go ahead and make your cover, and next time we will go ahead and put the pages in the book. So, and we should get pretty far with that because we're pretty far along. I mean, everything's matted, and the inside back cover is done. So we will put them in the book. We'll do whatever we're going to do on the inside front cover. I have an idea for that as well. And we'll see where we get from that. So make your cover. Measurements are in the cutting guide, which is linked down below. There's a link down below to Scrap and Create. You can get all your supplies. And the supplies will be listed as well. And that's it. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.